Hi, it's Jason with a garden gear review, this time of a digital microscope. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of the company. Opqpq is how it's spelled. You figure it out. At the heart of this product, it is the same basic USB microscope that you've seen in 100 products before on Amazon and that I've reviewed on this channel before. What they've done to innovate is they've added some accessories to make it easier to use because they're marketing this for the educational or children kind of market. So it has this aluminum base at the bottom and then an adjustable stand at the back, which I will picture. And that adjustable stand makes it easy to move it up and down with thumb screws in a very controlled fashion, which I've always found that the shakiness of these microscopes in that flimsy little plastic stand was one of the downsides. The other thing they've done is there's the light that comes with the microscope itself, and then they've added two supplemental lights to the base. Those have to be plugged in separately. So you get a really good control of the lighting on the product. The idea behind this monitor up here is that you can run it independently of USB on the home computer. So this can just be charged up out of the box. It takes a couple of hours, and then you can power it on like this. And most of the functions of the microscope, with the exception of these supplemental lights down here, are all controlled from up here. These can be plugged in separately and managed with a knob on the back of the aluminum base if you want supplemental light. In this case, I don't think I need it. You can see that the image is quite clear, and I have lots of room on the side of the main screen here to add light should I want it. So there we go. Now you can see that out of the gate it's in movie mode here, and just incidentally it comes with a micro USB card that sticks in a slot on the top here. You can see now that it's lacking that card, so I'm going to stick it back in and press OK to start a movie. And you see it's counting the movie here. So now I can actually move this around a little bit and hit OK to stop. If I hold down the menu button for 3 seconds, it will change the mode, and the mode now changes to picture mode. So once again, hit OK, and it takes a picture. Third mode on the menu button changes it to playback mode. And here you can see that it's showing you the picture I just took, or I can move to the movie that I took, press OK, and you can see it replaying the images from the movie that I took. Now, how's the quality? Overall, I'd say at first, this is fairly good. You can do a little bit of focusing with this focus knob down here, that I can move it into blurry or out into focus. And that's pretty much it. The quality on the video is 720p, so obviously I'd love to have 1080, but 720 is just fine. And for what you're doing, again, just managing expectations. If you're just looking to do a little bit with a coin like this. Now, you know my thing is plants, so let me get some pieces of plants or leaves underneath here, and I want to see if I can find some pests. Trying it now with the bottom supplemental lights on it, and actually I'm going to insert some footage here and some pictures, but it does make a difference having the light down at the base rather than from directly above. It seems to add a third dimension to the images. And if you do decide to use it connected to your PC, all you do is plug in the USB, and then it comes up on the computer as your Windows camera. So you just use your regular Windows camera app, the same thing you would be using your front-facing laptop camera on, and then you get the picture. So you can manage that through your PC as well. It doesn't give you any additional functionality in terms of the device. However, any video that you take will be saved directly to your PC rather than being saved on that micro SD card. Because of the stability of the stand, you can get in nice and close on the objects. In this case, I've zoomed right back in on that nickel that I had previously, and I'll show you what kind of detail I can get from that. The only problem with getting that close is, of course, that it makes it really, really tricky on that focus knob to get a perfect focus, but I've gotten it to the point here where I can definitely see individual scratches on the surface of that coin that would be way less than a millimeter. My final thoughts on this digital microscope is that they've done a good job of repackaging what is a fairly standard product, these USB microscopes, into a new kind of a packaging, or a package that includes features that make it easier to use for the early childhood and learning market. The stand, the base, the extra lights, and this console all make it easier to use and to get decent images from right out of the box. It took me 5 minutes to get started. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please drop those in the comments below the video.